Sometimes, words just complicate things. What if our brains could communicate directly with each other, bypassing the need for language? At the University of Washington, researchers have performed what they believe is the first non-invasive human-to-human brain interface.
We found that the technology exists right now to do a simple demonstration that you can record from one brain and then stimulate another brain.
I've been working for the past years on modeling how the brain works, and in particular how the brain represents knowledge. And we've been using TMS and functional magnetic imaging to understand and reverse engineering how information is represented in the brain.
The researchers work on opposite sides of the campus and through the internet. Rao, the sender, sits in front of a computer game in which he has to defend a city by firing a cannon. Stocko, the receiver, with no ability to see the game and his hand positioned over a touchpad that will fire the cannon, waits for a command directly from Rao's brain.
Yes! Success!
Hi, this is Asha Kiran from Section C. The idea of creating a direct connection between a human brain and the computer has a long history in science fiction. The development of the brain-computer interfaces, called as the BCI technologies permitting the direct communication between the user brain and the external device, began to become a reality. Utilizing technologies, scientists are now capable of recording and translating activity from population of the neuron to operate the external devices. The technology took a leap forward as the researchers replaced the external computer connection with a second embodied brain, dubbing the approach brain-to-brain interfacing, which will be called as BBI. Recent experiments, if we see, means in these experiments involving the BBI, they established functional links between the brain and the human volunteer and brain of a rat. The human participant initiated an intention for the intervention that was then transferred to the anesthetized rat's brain. This intention stimulated the area in the brain responsible for the tail movement and led to the involuntary tail movement. The introduction of the various kinds of the information cohesively is also a plausible ethical concern, because the related neural information can be transferred over the internet convincingly. Over the internet, one could hack another neural device, as has been done with the heart placemakers. In addition, this transmission could be communicated discreetly with items such as the epidermal electronics, which are extremely thin grades of the external sensors applied directly to the outside of the skin, similar to the temporary tattoo placed on for the forehead under hair. Possibly future applications beyond the laboratory that have been envisioned include the use of the BBS in the military or in the professional context, where they may be allowed to for the silent commands or may serve to synchronize behavior of the largest group of the individuals. Further applications may be seen in the computer gaming in enhancing the human sensory capacities or in providing the support to individuals with severe motor impairments. The recent studies provide the proof of the principle of the feasibility of the various forms of the direct information transfer between the two brains, and this may lead to the development of the new approaches in involuntary memory, emotions, or the senses in view of the seminal publications on BBI allowing the information transfer between the animals, between humans, and between animals and humans. There is a clear need for the thoughts on the ethical reflections. First of all, as in any kind of the research involving the human subjects, health-related safety issues have been taken into consideration. In invasive systems that require the surgery, there are risks concerning the brain lesions. Some more incident effects may arise after the surgery. The recurring activation of the specified pathways or brain regions, both on the BCI part and the CBI part, may influence brain functioning in various aspects. Who is responsible for the consequences of the activities in the BBI are involved? The sender, the person who involves in the BCI part, the recipient, the experimenter, the technical device. It may be the stipulated whether a concept of the hybrid agencies involving in several human actors. Being part of the multi-brain system may also have the complex repercussions on a person's concept on self and raises the questions concerning the self-perception individually and body ownership. For example, as an encoder, what is it like to be aware of the another person exerting some behavior initiated or influenced by the oneself? Will it be possible to clearly separate one's concept of self and the other? Furthermore, complex problems with regard to the privacy may arise, especially with the BCI component uses signals. The sender is not aware of the signals the sender cannot control. Thus, it was crucial to the clearly define and explicitly state what kind of the information will be transferred and to provide the sender with the adequate measures to control the information transfer process. The same holds for the recipient in order to avoid the unconsented intrusion of the information. Implications for the recipient. Imagine a BBI that transmitted information that serves to mechanically make the decoder slightly move his left forefinger in the method similar to that of the experiments run where BBI activity resulted in the anesthetized rat moving its tail. The recipient probably realizes that something is going on, that is, his finger is moving in his automatic manner, and being aware of the BBI and its usual functions will deduce that some information is being transferred. Thus, he probably will not ascribe authorship to himself for this moment. However, the situation will be different in the recipient is able to actively control the outcome of the information transfer, that is, to actively control whether or not a certain movement finally occurs. For example, a person may be able to suppress the movement in question, or BBI may solely confer a signal that serves as a stimulus for the further action. He would not be able to distinguish between his own genuine memories and quasi-memories. As for the quasi-memories, the same problem arises for the quasi-olfactory experiences or for the quasi-emotions elicited in the context of the BBI use. The recipient would no longer know for a certain reason which of his memories, sensory experiences or emotions are genuine and which are his quasi-memories, quasi-sensations or quasi-emotions resulting from the BBI information transfer. In view of this, the recipient's sense of identity would be highly questioned. In contrast, no direct identity issues arise in the conscious information transfer described. In their BBI experiment, the recipient is aware of the information transfer process which involves the active deciphering. It is worth to compare neural interfacing with the ethical issues raised by other biomedical approaches. In particular, neural tissue transplantation is of the interest here since the strategies by neural interfacing and the neural grafting both involve the possibility of additional content being transferred to the brain. Neural tissue transplantation studies in Parkinson's disease patients were run mainly which are aimed to replace the neurons in the brains of the Parkinson's disease patients by transplanting tissue from the developing brain of aborted human embryos and fetuses of the person's brain. But is it fair to misuse for our reasons? When we come to the conclusion, current BBI research opens up the fascinating new communication pathways, but also raises the considerable practical and ethical questions. One of the central questions of whether there actually is need for the direct brain-to-brain communication. At least in this moment, seems doubtful whether there is a broader applications for such a complex, rigid, and expensive technology. Furthermore, in the view of the complex ethical implications arising in the BBI recipient described above, the spectrum of the possibly ethical acceptable BBI seems rather limited. Thank you.